Oh, it's just now starting at now. Hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of I Just Fucked Your Mom. Wait, no, that's not the show we're doing today. Sorry. That's the after show. Um, Blame it on the weather or the rain. It's a part of weather. Welcome to my insanity. Today we're going to dissect. Wait, no, we're not going to dissect anything because we're just talking. Metaphorically dissect something or another. I just give people time to show up, because this shit is like off the hook, man. Like, motherfucking the US government is like nothing but lies, lies, and lies. Like, they're lying so much. They don't even care that everything they say is nonsensical lies. It's sad. And Trump was talking to a room full of his fucking crackers. I call them crackers. They're digital crackers today. The social media fucking event in the White House. And he's wondering why flies are there. And the fucking basement's flooded, man. The bowling alley. It's gone underwater. And he's giving some fucking press conference like, nothing's wrong in the world today, or we're great. America's great. There's jobs. We're getting freedoms. We have a military. And ignore the basement, folks. Ignore DC flooding. It's not happening. And all that flooding in Louisiana, ignore that too. It's not happening because we're talking about me. That's right, me. We want to talk about me. And you want to know what I don't like about the mainstream media? They don't talk about me enough. Gandalf shows up. He's the first in the house. It gets really the conversation. He's like, mainstream media is like, when I'm not the president, they're gonna be out of business because they don't talk about me enough. Like, serious? What world do we live in? There's natural disasters coming everywhere. We've been having nonstop tornadoes since like the middle of June. There's flooding since April. Hey, we got Mark. He shows up. Hey, there's massive flooding everywhere. Like, our crops are gone. Like, probably 50% of them. And if the hailstorms don't stop, how many more crops are going to get destroyed? I mean, what if there's a drought? What if we flip from flooding to droughts like Europe has been changing? Like, Russia went from a drought to being flooded. Should I move over?
You were looking at me off camera.
I always look at you and your Filipino tubes.
You can't even see those.
Yes, I can.
Are my Filipino tubes showing?
Yeah, they're showing. They're hanging out. You gotta tuck them back in. Oh my God. You didn't. I showed you the troll accounts, right? There's so many of them. There's so many.
I have to make more tea, damn it.
Oh, God damn it. You better make some more tea while you're in here. Don't forget to fill the tea ball up this time.
I've been remembering.
Not this morning.
I didn't?
You put your water on and you rinsed everything and then you walked away.
I'm like, fuck all this.
Because it was morning or something. I'm totally out of soda.
I'm like, yeah, that's good enough.
I wish
Sorry, I thought I did it.
That's fine. I did it for you.
Thank you.
Just like in sex.
What?
Right? That don't make sense, does it? You know, that car up there, he really needs a chimpanzee driving it. Because it's yellow, so it'd be a banana car with a chimp. That would be hilarious.
We need to find a Donkey Kong thing to put in there. Like off of Mario.
You know what's even more funny about it is chimps don't eat bananas. Well, they do if you give them bananas, but they...
Not naturally.
Yeah, there's no natural bananas anywhere near the chimp habitats. Because... bananas comes from the New World, which is South America, and monkeys eat bananas, not chimps.
You know what else?
Hey, Tess is here.
Kind of a common misconception Bunnies
Awesome.
don't love carrots. They'll eat them, but
No, they're
like,
too
you
much
know,
water.
Meh.
Too much water for them, actually. It'll give them the runs if you feed them too
Oh, yeah,
much.
you can't give them too much carrots.
Or like apples and things like, or lettuce. Toots is there. Thanks, Toots. He said he's going to help us out. Oh, he needs to wait for his kiddo to show up so he can use his phone. Toots is like totally old-fashioned and stuff. I imagine he has like a hand-built log cabin on like 20 acres or something.
His computer's pedal-powered.
Pedal-powered computers. What if he has a wind turbine? Come on, man. It's Canada, eh?
Wind-powered airplane. No, wait, what were we talking about?
Nothing. Internet. Computers. Hey, that tech ingredient, what?
Fun fact, Revolutionary era airplanes were totally pedal powered. It's true. Because I just said it's true. So it's true. I never lie.
True. So like, oh yeah, the flip phone things. Ours might as well be a flip phone. So I don't know what I was even talking about. Should I get to the main topic, I suppose? I put it in the description.
You have a main topic?
I try to. Okay, so it's not, I know I call it the CIA, and I know there's more than one troll farm, like the FBI.
It's really just the Illuminati.
There's no Illuminati. I mean, there actually might be an Illuminati, but it's like where Stephen Colbert and that other fucktard sit around doing cocaine.
They're not Illuminati.
Or
maybe they just call themselves the
That's
Illuminati.
what I mean, because the Illuminati doesn't call themselves the Illuminati. Jolly's here. He shows up. We got a lot of people.
Right.
But there's not... I didn't see the thingy. Oh, as I see now. Here. Like, so the CIA definitely is running a major troll farm. And I probably multiple troll farms, because I'm like wondering if they're in one building or if there's like a troll farm in Seattle and a troll farm in like Langley, Virginia, or if they have one big building and there's like multiple floors.
I think it's one big building.
And like you have to go to whatever level that you work on. So you're maybe in the Iran department.
You have in the beginning of the week, you have to go into the meeting where they assign people which ones are going to be.
Maybe they do, because these campaigns run on a weekly schedule. It almost looks like seriously. Oh, it's so fucking maddening to see my government doing what they're doing. It's so sick. It's history revisionism. It's not even that, because they're trying to build a false reality. It's actual real fake news coming from the CIA, man. Like fucking, what am I doing?
Yeah, scoot over.
Oh God, really? That doesn't mean you keep going.
See, then it's the half thing.
Or maybe they have different floors and they're like, you have to go to the Syria floor or the Iraq floor or whatever. I don't know.
You have to work your way up. You start at flat Earth. And then you go to the ground floor.
What's sad is there's actually CIA flat Earth trolls.
And then and then maybe you work up to the politics level.
Do you think there's an entire floor for all the crew for the Texas news studio? You see, but that's the thing. Do they keep them, the box slaves, all in the same room like that so they can coordinate and work, or are they in different places? Or are these work from home box slaves?
Oh, that's, then they don't have to pay the overhead of office space.
Yeah. How is it structured? If anybody...
Of course, then they wouldn't have the oversight, Oh, maybe it is.
I mean, maybe...
because maybe they hire them from everywhere, so,
they're not even American, they're just like CIA. You can tell some of them don't even speak
Some of them
English.
are from, India.
Yeah. They probably fucking subcontract troll farms out from India and stuff. I mean, yeah, because how is it actually structured? If there's any hackers that follow me, please hack this shit and pack the what?
Do they like send you to like go buy like Best Buy cards and stuff to like pay your taxes?
No, that's what they do in their spare time. Like, so. Wow, pack. See, those are privately ran troll farms too. But I mean, look, we already knew that YouTube and Google, Twitter, Facebook, they all have their actual civilian troll farms and stuff. Oh, that's the same person. Rabbi. Oh my gosh. But like, if anybody knows how to do actual real hacking, maybe hack some of those Twitter accounts that I'm posting up on my Twitter, and let me know like where they're at and what the deal is with them. Like, if we could find the physical locations of the actual, if they have actual physical troll farms, and we could bust out the actual address location of these fuckers, that would be major. That would be seriously major, a major deal.
Some SWAT team?
No, well, that would be funny. Wouldn't that be hilarious to SWAT the CIA? Oh my. Yeah, you know. Well, because if you go around speaking your mind on social media, your accounts are always getting blown up and deleted and stuff, or turned into zombies. So it's like, whatever, you know. Everybody's getting hurt feelings. Oh well, that's gonna happen when you have people in one place, you know. But I'm not a hacker. I'm more of a killer.
I'm more of a slacker.
I'm more of a freelance assassinator type. I can't back that up, but I used to get paid to kill people for a living. But anyway, so like, if you get some like actual hacker up in here that hacks some of those CIA troll accounts, and just like, where do they come from? Well, give your mom. The Indians are really up on the mom jokes. I think Indians, they're allowed to get like troll jobs at the age of 15 or something. I don't know if that's the same person fighting with themselves or if it's two different people.
Well, maybe he's showing all the suck accounts.
I'm not gonna really get involved with that though. It looks confusing to me. So, but
I'm gonna touch that rabbit hole.
But I'm not fucking. Is any of those apples still good? Can you?
Probably. I was gonna have one before.
Okay.
With the peanut butter.
Oh, do it.
Because I can actually chew that.
It's the most boring apples. Oh, Gales. Don't be sensitive in here. Yeah, we're not the type of channel where you can go about complaining about your hurt feelings so much. Yeah, true. You got a point there, Mark. But I've started running into these fucking troll accounts on Twitter because there's this I stand with Rojava on Free Iran, and what they want is to put another king in there so the rich people can enslave their nation again. And it's very sick people.
You know, like the good old days. I don't know when that was.
That never was. Like, Paul Revere was probably a fucking CIA agent.
Make Iran great again?
Make Betsy Ross spit again? I totally discovered them by accident, too. Because I was just on Twitter, like, looking for people to start fights with and stuff. Because that's kind of what I do. I mean, I have a... According to Twitter sources, I have a deep-seated hatred of everything.
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 You name it, he hates it.
Except for vaginas.
It's not so deep-seated, that one.
That one we're just going deep in. But
You really need to go to the store soon.
Crud.
Well, tonight would work.
Or tomorrow.
Or tomorrow. Tomorrow would work.
Okay.
Totes.
All right. Blowtorch.
Not
Not done yet.
Not done breathing those pipes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there we go. So I was just looking for people to pick fights with on Twitter, and then I'm like looking at these people, and it was just every. I searched for Iran on Twitter, not hashtag Iran, but just Iran. I guess I should search for hashtag Iran, whatever. But I search for Iran. That way I get every time the word Iran is spoken on Twitter. And then I get it. Well, supposedly, if the algorithms are actually, doing algorithm-y things.
Yeah.
There's that algorithmic things. So there's that. And they have some of them have like hundreds to thousands of posts all within a matter of like 3 or 4 days. Like, who in the fuck is on Twitter posting something every 10 fucking seconds? It's like it would have to be like every couple of seconds a new post.
I couldn't even think of that much stuff to post.
So it must,
even if I had like a checklist of shit.
No,
to
but
cover.
I think they have like multi screens, the box slaves. So they have multiple work screens to work with, right? Because they have multiple accounts too. But they must have like a file where they must run shell scripts or something to where it's like on a Linux you can run a shell script, and if you have a set page with like a whole bunch of links or something, and then you can have another page with the text to go with it, and you can write a shell script and have the shell script just auto post everything to Twitter for you. And I think they get like some of the people, like not the people that run the actual troll accounts, but the actual other box slaves that will write the lists of pictures, files, and then somebody will write the script that goes with them. And then somebody else probably writes the shell script, or maybe just one programmer has to do all of that. Who knows? But the big PR boss people do that. And then the little box slaves get these lists in their emails, and they just go to work and they open up all their sock accounts on Twitter and wherever else, and they just start running the shell script to shitpost them all. I guess that's off the top of my head on one way you can get a post every 10 fucking seconds, man. Because if
I couldn't even type one out every 10 seconds.
I know, you gotta put the copy of the link, and then it's not humanly possible.
That's bullshit right there.
For an individual to be doing that. So it's either a shell script, or they have a alliance with Twitter. They work with Twitter, and they're actually inside the Twitter servers.
They're inside you, Twitter.
Yeah, they're actually working within the Twitter, the back door, the behind the scenes, the actual program of Twitter.
Twitter's back door.
Yeah. So that's another way you could do it. But it's not just a regular person posting. It's too much for an actual human to do. So it's machine aided, computer assisted shit posting. And I know that from this, what really showed up from it was they really overstepped themselves when they tried to push this fake fucking tanker story in Iran. If you've been looking at the news, I could use soda.
Okay. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but okay.
I know. We can't talk about it online.
You have soda yet?
No.
Damn.
So, but that's not even how they do it. Is not the important part. The fact of the matter. Well, let me tell you the story first, and I'll go into how it's so fucked up. What? You're laughing at me.
Let me digress.
By the way, hi there. We are free. He just snuck in and
Yay, Debs.
he thought that
I'm down.
He thought that no one was going to notice that was his first sentence.
Spoken. Oh, right on.
I see that.
I'm pro the dabbage.
Well, it was just a word, but still, this word can still be a proper sentence. In context, it's even grammatically correct. If you do it grammatically correct, like.
Mm-hmm.
So, yesterday morning, when I woke up, I wasn't eating an apple. I'm eating an apple now.
You're waking up with an apple. You're like, wait, how'd that get there?
But so this is going to be a really slow story because of the apple. Bear with me.
It's a slow apple.
Jolly Roger number 2. Yesterday morning, the story that I woke up to was UK oil tanker on way to Iraq got scared, turned around, and hung over at Saudi Arabia and waited for a UK frigate to escort him through the Persian Gulf. And that story kept leaking into the fucking Iran stream throughout the day. Just throughout the day. UK oil tanker waiting for an escort. UK oil tanker shit their britches. They're scared of Iran. Fucking UK oil tanker. They have a big poo-poo mess in their britches. See? They need to fire up the bilge pumps there.
Went up on aisle 2.
So apparently, if you work for the British petroleum industry, before you sign your final contract, you have to sign over your balls, apparently. So
I'll be taking those.
And then early evening, a couple hours before sunrise in Iran, in the dark of the night, everybody was sleeping. No one was stirring, not even a Mossad agent.
Okay, maybe Mossad agent.
Those fuckers don't sleep because they're on meth. Remember, Jews are junkies. They're fucking tweaker junkies. That's a fact. Verifiable.
It's war meth.
Mm-hmm. War meth. But the Jews and the Americans have been doing war meth for decades. That's where they came out with the original amphetamine speed, was for their fucking pilots. So, right in the darkest of the night where everybody's sleeping, maybe there's a little songbird singing right before the sun comes up and all.
Tweet, tweet, tweet.
And the fucking CIA and MI5? MI5, or is it 8?
I thought it was 6.
The British CIA, the MI5 or something like that. I don't know. Is it class 6? But anyways, this
23.
Yeah.
9,000.
So the morning shift of the British CIA, along with the CIA and their evening shift, their graveyard shift, came on duty. And
that's like the lower rung of the CIA.
Yeah, because the day shift already wrote all the scripts for him and all. And they come out with this stupid fucking story. At first, they're like, 5 Iranian patrol boats, armed patrol boats are trying to hijack a UK oil tanker. And then they're like, sources say 3 Iranian patrol boats tried to impede an oil tanker. And
sources being my puppet right here.
Yeah, the other one.
Yeah. Wait, this puppet?
Yeah,
over
that
here?
one. And then there's the apple.
That fucker.
It's not a part of the story. Don't worry about it.
He owes me money.
Yeah. And they went from 5 boats. Some stories say 5 boats. Some say only 3.
Because somebody can't count.
And just so you know this, Iran has their own frigates. Okay. So if they were going to approach something the size of, I don't know, a UK frigate, they might want to send some overwhelming firepower out to that little conversation if that happened in real life. But you see, according to NATO sources, Iran only has speedboats apparently in their navy. They're a nation on the water. They have a Gulf, the Persian Gulf. They have a strait, the Strait of Hormuz. And then on the other side of that, they have the Sea of Aden. And they own real estate along that entire fucking boulevard right there. So it's kind of funny that according to England and America, they only have speedboats in their navy. A navy full of speedboats, nothing else.
They like to race.
I guess. And then, as soon as the original what? Will somebody pay attention to the freaking elephant? The U.S. came out. When I say U.S., I mean the boss troll of the CIA, a.k.a. the Pentagon.
Good baby.
She always acting weird.
Oh, by the way, Mocha's doing good.
Oh, good. We have canoes defending us. I don't think that it's modern. Are those modern
battle canoes?
Battle canoes.
Gotta watch out for the war kayaks.
Do they have like jet engines? Like Inspector Gadget wings?
And then just skim over the top of it.
Canoe hydrofoils. So then the Pentagon comes out and they're like, we were filming the whole thing.
From our magical cameras that, don't take a good picture.
This was at, 5 or 6 o'clock last night when the U.S. Navy or Pentagon comes out and says, hey, we got a video. We were filming it. Really, we were. And have you seen the video of the whole incident yet? No, I don't. The video has not been presented yet, which means they haven't finished renting the theater stage where they did the fake moon landing.
Sure.
Where they filmed the faking of the moon landing and stuff. Because I'm pretty sure they'd use the same studio as that if going by previous camera quality.
Sure. Why not?
Well, they're really awesome speedboats, Mark. They got fucking missiles on them and shit. They're like James Bond speedboats, and they got like hundreds of them. I think they do. They have several hundred.
Thousands.
Not thousands, but altogether they have thousands of little speedboats. They have a mosquito fleet. It's probably the largest mosquito fleet in the world. Unless China has a bigger one. But they're Chinese. They don't have a bigger anything. Tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Being a sausage. except Chinese.
I don't know what that's called.
Me neither. Pork and beans. So, yeah, and the Navy has yet to produce a video of the so-called Iranians trying to coerce a UK oil tanker to park in Iranian territorial waters. And
so they like put up a sign, free parking right here.
And like apparently the UK frigate pulls right up in between the boats and the oil tank, and they're like, stop in the name of the law. I don't know. And then they like started dancing, and it was all choreographed and stuff.
Pretty sure.
And then the village people came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened. But
totes.
Iran's denied the whole thing ever happened. Also, at the same time Iran denied the whole thing happened, they also came out with another statement from the IRGC saying, soon we will announce how we plan on retaliating against the British for stealing our oil tanker. So they actually they actually put out a public statement saying they're going to put out a public statement, which Iranians like to build suspense. So they like the good story and all. So they're like, oh, they're telling stories. We can tell stories. And they haven't put out what their actual plans of retaliation might be yet, but it's going to be good because Iranians, they're funny folks. They do some funny things.
Like, I think it'll be wedgies.
Like they taught the children of Palestine how to make exploding animal balloons. And people think I'm kidding on that. Where else are you going to hide your exploding animal balloon supplies when Israel's trying to bomb you and shit? When the Mossad's there trying to find out where your secret Hamas and Palestinian jihad units are storing their exploding balloon supplies. They don't even know how they get in there. They can naval blockade and shit.
That's what she said.
Sure. She likes animal balloons, I guess.
In there.
In there. Big ones, man. Big honking balloons. Because she a hoe. I don't know.
Wait, they're honking. Does that mean they go beep beep?
Yeah. I think so. But people don't even realize that Palestine has defeated U.S. NATO technology using helium balloons or exploding balloons, depending on their mood, I guess. Depending on what kind of a party they're throwing. And they've burnt up like
they either explode or people start talking like this.
But yeah, the Palestinians have like set fire to massive crops of the Jews with their incendiary balloons. And
they're on fire.
And when the PIJ and Hamas feel like launching rockets and scaring the crap out of Israel, and like basically when they're strapped for gas, what happens is Israel always breaks their word on the treaties, and they close down the checkpoints, and none of the fucking trucks of supplies of like concrete and oil for electricity, and none of that shit gets to go in, and then everybody suffers in the Gaza Strip. And that's when the PIJ and Hamas, how they do it is they start launching a hell of incendiary animal balloons, and then while the animal balloons are all floating around, and the Iron Dome is like, oh, what do we do? Oh no! That's what they do.
And they go pew pew.
Yeah, and then they shoot rockets and mortars and shit through the hell of animal balloons, and the Iron Dome is kind of blinded to it, so they can't even track that shit no more.
Good story.
Mm-hmm. And then the Jews are like, what do you want? And it usually happens to be $30 million. It's usually $30 million.
Why is God doing this to us?
So the Gaza, when Israel tries to put the screws to them, they put the screws right back to the Jews for the tune of rockets or give us $30 million. And this has happened like twice in the past year, which really is sad because a national budget of like, you know, a few $100 million a year is really tiny as far as national budgets go. They taught chickens how to be suicide bombers? I didn't see that. That would be hilarious because fried chicken.
Roasted chicken.
Roasted. Flame roasted chicken. That's sad. They should teach the chimps to do that.
Well, it's really only sad while it's exploding, because once it's dead, it doesn't matter.
Then it's just crispy chicken. KFC special.
But you definitely feel for that chicken just before it goes boom.
Unless you close your eyes. I know you have a thing for chickens. Jeez. Scratching around like
I just want to hug them.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a fake story. The CIA is pushing all kinds of fake stories. And the trick of it is if you're going onto the Twitters or whatever, at least it's for Twitters, they're very ham-fisted about their propaganda pushing. They shit post. It's like posts per second. And if you go and look, they all have identical shit posts of it. You look at, after you get to your third or fourth troll account from the CIA, you're like seeing the same video clips and the same protest pictures. If you remember from last time, I mentioned that, God damn it. Oh yeah. You look at all these protest bullshits, and when they all have the same pretty signs, they're all wearing the same clothing too. How is it that everybody was able to afford the same fucking yellow shirt and the same fucking sign? Like, that's not free.
The same printed out sign.
Yeah. And all the shit posts are the exact same shit posts. In fact, if I went through it, I bet you if I started like comparing the fucking profile posts that I would find.
There's really only 10 of them.
I bet you that I would start finding identical posts. Like we could start matching them up and actually recreating the CIA shell list. Or list they use for the shell program or whatever. Hey, Tanya's here. Hi. Holy shit. Well, probably we've been busy. We can't even talk about it yet. Soon, but not yet. Good things.
We did some things.
I got a lot of anxiety though, so I've been hiding from the world basically. You guys are as close as I get to the world. Humanity sucks, man. Okay, so here's the point. Tanya, I have replay turned off. You're going to have to wait until I end the thing to even go back to see what I was talking about. But it's very important. I know it's long-winded, and you have to wait for me to finish eating an apple before I get to like the main point and everything.
There is a point.
Yeah. But the short end of it, if you go to the Twitter, I posted my Twitter thingy in the description of this video, and I've been reposting. I've been linking to all the CIA troll accounts I find, at least the ones working for the Iran department. You really think that's a separate floor, Iran? It's pretty high up, though.
It's at least a separate section.
Maybe those are higher level box slaves and they really do work from home. No, Godless Engineer. He's one of the box slaves.
Sure.
He's one of the shit posters. Because he got really offended when I started poking around asking him what his job was. Like, the only people that are afraid to tell you what their jobs are government box slaves. And they're under contract to not tell you what their jobs are because they are a propagandist.
Super secret.
They're a propagandist. They know they're an enemy of the state. They're traitors to America. The point I'm trying to get to is our entire CIA is guilty of treason. They are making up fake news to try to fucking start wars of aggression. A war of aggression is a war crime. It's the worst crime one nation can commit to another. And America is generating through the CIA and Twitter and all these other things, probably Instagram and Facebook and everywhere, I would imagine. Like the other dude said, I have like 100 accounts each or something. And they fucking go to work every day and they push fake news stories. Probably to try to, I was hypothesizing that the shit posting, the troll farms, they're not so much their secondary goal is to make sure enough of Americans believe the shit stories so that there's an organic or a fake organic movement.
I need more tea. I'm falling asleep apparently.
Oh boy. I don't really need anything really. I might want another coffee soon. But these people go to work. They're actual Americans, so most of them are. That's what Trump means by there's so many jobs. If you can be a CIA propagandist, a troll farm shit poster.
Professional shit poster?
Yeah, for the government, a professional government shit poster. That's sad. We have professional government shit posters. Like that whole oil tanker thing, yeah, it was totally fake. But just like the other ones, the two tankers that got the missiles shot into them and they're all on fire and shit, that was by Saudi Arabia and MEK. The same people that are running this fucking protest of free Iran, that's the MEK, and they're the ones that were talking on the phone calls that the IRGC busted them and recorded their phone conversation talking to Saudi Arabia, exactly talking about how they were going to frame Iran for the targeting of the fucking oil tankers. So these are the same CIA shit posters. They're trolls. They're troll farms. And they're not all American. There's Saudi Arabians and there's rich fucking pissant fucking Iranians. They're traitors to their own nation, regardless of what nation they're working for. The Americans are treasonous to America because they're lying to you, the American people, and they are trying to convince you to believe fake things that never even happened. Iran never tried to fucking coerce an oil tanker into their territorial waters. But enough people, the MAGA people, the MAGA cult, is going to believe this fake news because it's put right in their fucking face. And they're going to believe that. And now they're on there defending the fake story. And these shit posters are so-called Iranians, they're just CIA troll farm people, shit posters. And they got these accounts that says they're like 2 years old or 3 years old or 4 years old, but all of their posts is from like the last 2 fucking weeks. They're fake. And they got like so many posts, like hundreds of posts per day. And that's not what a normal person does. But anyways, I just had the idea that like all of your computer, like your famous big popular channels on YouTube, like Godless Engineer and the Matt Dillacontes and the Atheist Experience and all of these peoples, I bet you they're just doing that on their free time. And because they have access to how to promote the channels, like they're cheating, you know, they're using their CIA job to falsely promote their own personal off-duty channels. And they're also the ones pushing it too for all of the fucking chopping your 12-year-old's dick off and turning them into a little girl or something like that. Like
Sounds
that.
rather severe.
But I'm just throwing ideas out there. I don't know what actually. No, there's the point of it though. Nobody knows what's real anymore. All we can do is fucking go one point at a time. And you gotta bust them right when they come out, because once the story's out there in the ether, it starts to stick into the cult member. Remember, these cult members, they auto-program themselves. That's the point of social media. You don't have to wait. You don't have to send an actual spy into the water cooler of every factory in America. No, you just shitpost on the internet, and since you control what people see when they go sign into their Twitter, all the shitpost accounts is at the top of the list. Mm-hmm. And it's the first thing they see when they turn the shit on. And then boom, they auto-program because they're like, look, it's from their dear leader. It's trusted. It's a trusted source. It's from CNN, MSNBC, Raw Story, Zero Hedge, or whatever fucking else you go by. It's all fake. All the sources are fake. Now, what's difference between me and why I'm able to see this bullshit is because I have a, what's that word? I have a bunch of different sources outside of America. I read foreign newspapers. I read papers from Lebanon, from Syria, from Iran, from Russia, and stuff like that. Multiples from each country. That way, I get a complete variety of conversations and views. So I'm not susceptible to the unisource like auto programming methods of the CIA and social media. And the other reason I'm not susceptible to a lot of the bullshit is I don't read Israeli news at all. I think that's more FBI toots, because the FBI is the world's largest producer of child pornography and stuff, and they like to pretend they're little girls. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying the CIA doesn't have their own like operatives pretending to be kids.
Their own little girls.
Yeah, their own little girls. But I'm pretty sure the ones pretending to be kids is probably FBI. The FBI is also the agency that wants to make everybody online afraid to speak their mind. They're like, yeah, and you're pretty stupid for talking about yourself online. No, I'm not. I didn't give away any personal information. I know exactly what I'm saying. Like, no one here knows my address or where I live, or could even find it out at this point. There's like no way to find out where we live, because we don't live anywhere. Ha ha.
We live on Kick-Ass Lane.
Yeah. But our government's guilty of treason, and I'm sure the Canadian government has their own troll farms. Because there's Canadian forces in Syria.
They have their own troll farms in Canada, but they're very friendly.
Canada has foreign military bases in the Middle East. They have forces in fucking Iraq. I know. I worked with them when I was there. So Canada deploys forces to foreign wars of aggression too.
They take off Hoser.
Australia, Canada, the UK, Saudi Arabia, France. These guys are all, this is the band of thieves. This is the top list of bad guys. And I'm sorry if you're not American, because if you're not American, you're just an American poodle. Your country is, not you personally. That's why the people push the stupid ass fucking fake news conspiracy theory that America's controlled by the Jews and stuff. America ain't controlled by nobody but the filthy fucking rich. Then they don't care if they're a Jew or a not Jew. They don't care if you're black. They don't care if you're a Jew. They don't care if you're a fucking giant fucking penis covered in raisins. If you have billions of dollars, you're the ruling class.
Good old raisin penis.
Raisin penis.
Right. You know, raisin cock to his friends.
But it's might makes right is the world they're trying to live in, and they push this fake morality atheist crap on the social medias, and they pollute the entire internet with it, and they are polluting the entire human species with this fucking bullshit.
Wait, who is they again?
The CIA. I thought
it was the French beret wearing surrender monkeys.
Oh yeah. Toots was talking about how Canada has gotten a lot of people deployed like World War IIs and everything. Yeah, you're exactly right, Toots. So the world knows America's the bad guys, peoples. They know that NATO's the bad guy. Right now, their strategy is to build their forces as strong as they can. Because here's the thing. Back in the day, when like America and whatnot had their own defense industries, that they actually were making new things, and they had scientists, and they were well paid, and they didn't know they were box slaves yet because they had money and freedom. Like they built the illusion of freedom with the whole like 40-hour work week and the good salary and the savings accounts and investment portfolios and being able to buy your sports car. And everybody thought they were free back in the Reagan eras and stuff like that. and the scientists were doing really good work. And this was during the Cold War and stuff like that. And that's where a lot of our war tech comes from. But now the rich people got greedy and they took all those freedoms away. So the slaves don't.
What are we doing?
I'm looking. I'm gonna look out there.
Posers.
I saw an ambulance. Oh, it is. It's a something.
Oh, stop with the barking.
No, it's not an ambulance. It's a roofing company.
Emergency roofing.
It's an emergency roofer. Where was I going with any of that?
And then next we'll see the rogue air conditioning.
Rogue air conditioning repairman. This. No, this is not a Bigfoot channel.
Well, I don't know. Is my foot very big?
No.
Damn it.
You're silly. Oh my gosh, I'm hungry now. Oh goodness. But our nation is guilty, our government is guilty of treason. They are lying to the American people to try to justify a war of aggression, to try to sneak in a war of aggression under a false pretext. But that's what a war of aggression is. When you use a lie to commit acts of war, that's called a war of aggression. It's illegal. It's a crime. It's a crime against international law. But more importantly, it's treason because your taxpayer money is being used by the government to fill your head full of fake news stories to justify illegal wars. That's treason, folks. And there's only one way you can fix that. You have to write in Lou Plisken 2020 for president. And you got to tell all your friends that if you want the propaganda to die and to get hung from the streetlights, because the people pushing it have jobs, they're the CIA. And if you're the president, you can fucking fire those motherfuckers and then hang them by their necks after you try them for treason and they get convicted.
Wait. So when you're the president, you can go around going, "You're fired."
Yeah.
Like that. See if that was true. Then
you know how DC's
Trump
flooding right now?
That.
Well, you know, after it dries out and we get some good social programs to fix all the roads. Hey, Melissa.
Hey.
What I want to do is we try all the CIA agents at the troll farms, the trolls, the fucking box slaves, trying for treason. And I want to decorate all of DC. Every lamppost, every street light needs to have a fucking dead CIA fucking box slave hanging from it. There's that many traitors to America. It's time to start hanging the motherfuckers.
Okay, but at some point you're going to have really smelly city.
It's already flooded. It's already a shithole.
Yeah. So what, are you going to take him out on like boats and put him out there?
Yes. And we want some James Bond grappling hook thingies so we don't actually have to climb up the street poles and just shoot it up there and all. No, but they're guilty of treason. This is real life. They're lying to you. They're fake. They're making up stories out of whole cloth. They're not even close to actual real. They never happen. They're making up international crises that are not real. It's fake crisis. It's a fucking fake.
They're crisis actors.
They're actual literal, not crisis actors, but crisis generators. Mm-hmm. But it's all fake. It's literally fake news, and it's from your government, and it's being used to justify war. Like all that fucking chemical attacks in Syria, that was fake news from the government. The fucking 9/11, that was attacks committed by the government and then lied about by the government. We don't have to go back that far. We got this story about these Iranian patrol boats that's completely fabricated. The fucking Iranian oil tanker attack where the two tankers got shot by the missiles and they called it fucking sea mines. That's fake. Totally fake. Everybody with a brain knows that was fake. Because why would you bring your fucking 10 best buddies to get blown up with you if you're doing a fucking mine removal operation? Where's the big Gumby mine removal suit with the helmet and stuff you have to wear if you're dealing with UXOs and shit like that? That is fucking fake. Wow.
You know what really bonds guys together is being blown up together.
Yeah.
That's rich.
That really holds the crew together.
Yeah.
Except in pieces. And it's like video that's so grainy, it's worse than Neil Armstrong's. Like Neil Armstrong's landing on the moon was actually a really good quality camera picture on that compared to the fucking Iranian attack boat planting the mine. Like, it's like Ozzy and Harriet level. It was like Leave It to Beaver fucking that little fucking plastic thing where you like pull the lever on the magic screen thingy. That's the level of picture quality from that the fucking Navy and stuff,
which is just absurd because of course they can have good pictures. You know, even a crappy camera is going to have a pretty.
It couldn't be a good picture because then there would be identifying markers and you could tell what ships they were faking it with. It has to be that because it wasn't actually Iranians. If it was a good quality picture, you could match the CIA. Of course, we have satellites, we got spy planes. We take pictures of every single person on a boat of their face in the Persian Gulf. We have a complete list of everybody that's in the IRGC and the Iranian Navy. So if you had a good video quality, you could actually match their faces up and find out who they were. So it has to be grainy to hide the fact that it's actually not real Iranians, it's Saudi Arabians. Or it was MEK members, which is Iranian cults that are against Iran. They're trying to ruin Iran. And Iran's doing okay if it wasn't for the CIA fuckery.
Like that, see?
Yeah. So the CIA is the enemy of America. They're actually the enemy of the United States Constitution. Your government is not allowed to lie to you to justify a fucking starting a war. They're trying to say, oh, the fucking 9/11 legislation gives them the right to attack Iran now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up.
And it doesn't matter what they use to justify an attack because they already had the thing in Congress where they voted to where he can't start actions against Iran without congressional approval, which got voted down, of course, conveniently, because our Congress, why do you think Congress and the president office, it's always divided? It's like the president will be one party and then the Congress or the Senate will be a different party. Two parties will be the same and one will be different. Why? Because they can always fucking make sure, have an excuse on why nothing ever changes. Because that's what they've been doing our whole life. Well, if it wasn't for those 3 Republicans, we could have really passed some good legislation this term. If it wasn't for those damn pesky Democrats and their dirty do-nothing tricks in their Mueller report, we really could have gotten some stuff done this year.
That's one hell of a clown car.
Yeah, it's a really big clown car. Like, but your government's lying to you, people. If you're an English speaker, your government's flat out lying to you. They're making up fake news to justify wars of aggression. These are the most heinous crimes any nation can perpetrate. It's what they hung the Nazis for. What I'm trying to tell you is that our CIA is now being hunted down by foreign powers for war crimes against humanity. They're Iran, Iraq, Syria, Russia, Afghanistan, maybe. I don't know, probably not Afghanistan. But that place is a real bad place right now. I mean, it's dangerous. A lot of gunfighting.
I'm sure.
Gunfighting in the streets there. But these other governments, China, they're actively dismantling CIA troll farms and CIA. They're tracking down the CIA operatives and they're trying them for crimes against humanity and they're executing these CIA agents. You just don't see it in your news. Just last week, Iran executed another CIA agent. It was a general of their Air Force that was spying for the CIA, an actual Iranian general. And he was a CIA agent, and they found out, and they executed him. There's also a CIA agent that's being held, and it's a female, and the husband and his baby kid are all doing the propaganda of like, oh, she's just a person, she's a teacher, she's not really a CIA agent, and they're trying to make the whole world feel bad about Iran executing CIA agents. These guys are traitors. They're evil scum. Okay, and like I said, there's only one way to fucking fix this shit. If you don't want America to be invaded, you gotta vote Lou Plisken 2020. Write that in on your ballot. Sorry, Toots, you're not American, so you can't vote there. Like, it's just the rules, you know what I'm saying? But you can write.
Go ahead and pencil it.
If you want me to rule both like all of North America, Americans, you write me in on the American ballots. Canada, you write me in on your ballots. I don't know how the system works. Prime Minister fucking shit up or something like that.
Pretty sure that'll cover it.
Yeah, just pencil me right in there at the bottom. Uh-oh. I don't know. There's a huge joke. And if you know how this works, I gotta.
It's all gonna slow down now.
Yeah. I think I covered the main subject though, man. I really did. Isn't that? I'll have to turn that up later. I got the volume like way down.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I'll go look at that after we're done here.
Mm-hmm.
Third party. No, the third party is controlled part of it too. Remember, the third parties are just the new millionaires.
Mm-hmm.
They're the new. They're crackers. They're just rodeo clowns. They're just new. They're supporting rodeo clowns. They're not the main rodeo clowns. They're just the supporting rodeo clowns. But think about it. If the CIA is controlling it that much, do you really think there's a chance a real person would be able to get onto the ballot anywhere? Look at how I had evidence on video of people stealing your mail, but because they're the criminals, the courts ruled for them.
Yeah.
How the courts are always for the criminals and they're always against veterans. Like, the cops have showed up here telling me that threatening to shoot our dogs, the actual cops threatening to shoot our dogs. There's no laws saying they can do that. They're just threatening us.
Mm-hmm.
We get random people knocking on our door trying to pick fights with us. And I have to fucking pull the spurtle of truth and justice on their fat asses.
The funny thing is, last time some dude knocked on the door and he was complaining about something, and I wasn't taking that shit. I totally jumped down his throat.
Because Americans are
the fuck out, and most did the same thing.
Yeah, most Americans are just angry, violent, ignorant thugs. That's the world. When you have a fascist nation, that's what your average person is. And you can tell there's some people that are ashamed of it. They have shame. So you can tell these are the people. I don't know how to get to them to say, hey, you got to start standing up and supporting something good in this world. There's no more just keeping your head down and being a good little slave. It's time to stand up and admit, at least stand up and say, yeah, I know everything's fucked up. You got to at least do that much. There's no more of this, everything will get better. We're just having a bad month or something. Maybe what? No, there are no more excuses. This is a fascist shithole. And it's time to stand up and say it's a fascist shithole. Because that's what it is when your government's lying to you and colluding with private companies to fuck your mind up, to make you believe fake shit so they can go steal shit from other people. They're stealing Syria's gold and torching the Iraq crops right now. That's what the CIA is doing in the Middle East right now. They want to get into Iran because they want Iran's gold too and their oil. And they want their population to be enslaved just like we are. That's why do you think Iran convicts everybody for being gay? Just because. In case you don't know, there's a big joke going on in Iran right now. Like all of their sicko criminals, like your pedos and your child rapists and your murderers and like all those sickos. Well, every time they get caught, they get convicted of being gay before they're executed. And they're doing that just to fuck with the SJWs. Because then they're like, I do, man. They're like, you guys have no moral fucking high ground. Just fuck off. Iran's like, fuck off. When all the SJW is like, you're executing gays. And Iran's like, go fuck yourself. That's their response to that. Again, but every single gay person executed in Iran just so happens to be a rapist. Like,
not saying that rapists are gay necessarily.
No, they just think it's funny.
Called that.
Yeah, they just think it's funny to do that because they know it fucks with the West because they're all for their fucking LGBTQ rights and fucking turning 12-year-olds into transvestites and stuff like that. That's really, we live in a sick world. Really, it's a sick world we're living in, folks. Les is out there fighting for us. Mm-hmm. Don't lose your box job yet, though. You know, you gotta still keep your box slave job because that's the system we're living under. Like we can't.
It'll all crumble soon.
We need to bring the system down. How? I don't know. That's why I say we need 1 million people. I mean, it's 320 million people in this nation. I need a strong 40 million people to write me in for president. 40 million. That's all we need. Come on. Lou Plisken, Warlord of Shang-Lu, fucking 2020 president. Write that shit in there. It's word of mouth, man. This is grassroots. All right? We got to spread the word because I will end the CIA. I will fucking take the leaders of them and I will fucking have those fuckers detained. And we will put them on trial for fucking treason. And as soon as we get into their fucking computer office hard drives and their fucking smartphones with their shit posting accounts, and we find one single lie they told to America, their ass is getting hung. Vote Lou Plisken to hang the CIA from the street lamps. That's my goal. I want them all. I want truth and honesty back in my government and in my nation. I want the scum dealt with. By the way, Epstein's going to get assassinated, just so you know.
Isn't it hot in here?
Yes, it is.
Damn it.
Anyways, I think I ranted enough. Okay. I want to kill people. That's just who I am. Sorry. Not sorry.
Take off clothes.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to go get naked or something, folks. And we'll be back when we have more news of more crimes of America. Because, you know, there's going to be more. Keep your eye on the Persian Gulf. Oh, yeah. There's supposedly some fucking American bomber all flying around the Iranian airline skies right now. Whatever. I think it's spoofing. It's a fake. It's a digital signature of a plane that doesn't really exist. It's a ghost plane. I think America is testing their ghost system, their electronic warfare equipment, because they're prepping for attack on Iran. Anyways, thanks, guys, for listening to me rant. Vote Lou Plisken, 2020 president. You got to write it in. It's not going to be on the ballot. We need 40 million people.
That means you have to bring a writing implement, don't you?
You bring your writing.
I guess you type things.
They got a typer thingy, but write it in. Spread the word. We need an army. The Shang-Lu militia. Elect us.